Africa, the cradle of humanity. It is a land pulsating with vibrant cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and a spirit of resilience that has endured for millennia. Yet beneath the sun-kissed optimism lies a growing unease, a tremor shaking the foundations of progress, a widening gap of income inequality. This isn't a story told in cold reports, it's etched in the faces etched with worry, the dreams deferred, and the potential stifled. It's the story of Mama Bruno, a market vendor in Delta State. She is juggling 3 jobs to keep a meager roof over her children's heads. It's the story of Obi, a brilliant young graduate in Lagos, his degree in computer science gathering dust in a world demanding experience he can't afford. It's the story of Abeni, a farmer in rural Ethiopia, her crops withering under the relentless sun, her family's future as uncertain as the changing climate. The figures whisper curiosity. The statistics paint a stark picture. The World Inequality Lab reports that Africa's richest 1% now own more wealth than the bottom 50% combined. This isn't just a historical anomaly. It's a widening gap, a growing undercurrent threatening to capsize the continent's progress. The middle class, once touted as the engine of economic growth, is shrinking at an alarming rate. These numbers are more than just data points. They represent the hopes and dreams of millions, trapped in a system that seems rigged against them. Beyond the figures, the human heart of the crisis. Imagine Mama Bruno returning from her 3rd job well past sunset, exhaustion etched on her face. She dreams of affording health care for her youngest, whose cough seems to worsen with each passing day. Across the continent, Obi scrolls through job listings, a bitter taste in his mouth. His education, a symbol of hope, now feels like a cruel joke. In the parched earth of Ethiopia, Abeni stares at the remnants of her once thriving crops, a silent desperation clouding her eyes. The promise of a better life, the African dream, feels like a mirage shimmering just out of reach. The vicious cycle of inequality. The ripples of income inequality spread far and wide, poisoning the well of progress. Education, often seen as the key to escaping poverty, becomes a luxury for many. Limited access to quality education perpetuates a cycle of disadvantage, leaving generations trapped in a low-income loop. Healthcare systems, already struggling, become overwhelmed as the poor are priced out of even basic care. Informal settlements mushroom around bustling cities, breeding grounds for disease and further entrenching inequality. Beyond economics, a fragmented social fabric income. Inequality isn't just an economic issue. It's a social and moral one. It breeds resentment, mistrust, and a simmering anger that threatens to erupt. Gated communities for the wealthy stand as stark reminders of the vast divide, fostering a sense of alienation and voicelessness among the underprivileged. Social mobility, the cornerstone of a healthy society, becomes a dream deferred, stifling innovation and entrepreneurship. Imagine a bustling marketplace in Johannesburg, where a young street vendor with calloused hands watches a gleaming limousine glide by, its occupants oblivious to the struggles that simmer just outside their tinted windows. This disconnect erodes the sense of community, replacing it with a gnawing suspicion and a feeling of being left behind. Seeking solutions, a collective pulse for change. Addressing income inequality requires a multi-pronged approach tailored to the unique heart of Africa. One, diversifying the economic engine, shifting reliance from resource extraction towards diversified economies focused on manufacturing, agriculture, and technology can create a broader spectrum of opportunity. Investing in infrastructure, particularly in rural regions, is crucial to connect producers to markets and foster inclusive economic growth. 2, building safety nets for all. Developing robust social safety nets, including basic income programs and targeted subsidies, can provide a vital safety net for those struggling to stay afloat, allowing them to invest in their futures. 3. Empowering the future. Reforming education systems to emphasize vocational training and practical skills alongside core education can equip graduates with the tools they need to thrive in the modern job market. 4. Fairness and transparency. Implementing progressive tax systems to ensure the wealthy contribute their fair share and tackling corruption through stronger regulations can generate the revenue needed for social programs and infrastructure development. 5. Unlocking women's potential. Empowering women through access to education, microloans, and leadership opportunities can unleash their entrepreneurial spirit, significantly contributing to economic growth and household well-being. In conclusion, true change doesn't just come from policy shifts only. It requires a fundamental shift in people's mindset,